baseball. Welcome to my channel. Please like, please subscribe. Another thing for you to keep an eye out for is tonight at midnight, a game known as Cyberpunk 2077 drops on PlayStation. Downloaded to my PlayStation 4. I'm going to be live streaming Cyberpunk 2077. Please keep an eye out for it. If this is 6 months later that you're watching this video, scroll through the playlist. There should be a Cyberpunk playlist. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. It's an RPG open world science fiction game. But for the time being, if you're watching this video, you're probably more interested about baseball. So thank you for joining me. As you can see from the league standings, the BRONX Knights, which is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20, has 30-17 record. 2.5 games in front of the Seattle Mariners, and we are in for a treat because I think this now begins a 3-game set on May 21st at Seattle for a 3-game set, as you can see. So let's start up the first game. Play game. Okay. No. Play full game. We are the away team at Seattle. At T-Mobile Park. I thought it was called Safeco Field, but I guess it's T-Mobile Park now. Closed. Let's see. Looks like we are good to go. Alright, so we also play Dungeons and Dragons on this channel. Shenanigans ttRPG is dedicated mainly to D&D. If you enjoy that, we have a live show, Dungeons and Dragons, every Monday night at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Please join us, or if you miss it, watch it on replay on the videos on the channel. Thank you for joining. But for now, let's jump into some baseball. Let's get loud. In this American League West matchup, the BRONX Knights visit the Seattle Mariners in a battle for first place in the American League West. The Seattle Mariners 2.5 games behind the Knights in the division after leading the division for most of the year. Pitching for the Mariners, Max Fried. Max is fried. He's making his 11th start. He's 3-2 with a 4.65 earned run average. And batting leadoff for the Knights is Max Lukelich, hitting .340 with a homer, 9 RBIs, and 10 stolen bases. And here comes the first pitch from the lefty Fried. It's down low, ball 1. Mariners are 8 games over 500, which is good for second place.
First pitch.
And the count is 1 ball and no strikes. And he laces it out into the outfield. It drops in front of the center fielder for a base hit. And the leadoff man is on for the Knights. He has an enormous amount of speed, so you have to see if he's on the move in the base paths. Don Mattingly hitting .311, playing first base for the BRONX Knights. And a quick throw over first. Lukelich is back. Donnie Baseball was the 1985 American League Most Valuable Player for the New York Yankees. And in this fictional universe, he plays for the BRONX Knights. Here comes the pitch. Slider is just off the plate, ball 1. I don't know if Max Fried is a real person. I have a feeling that he's probably a created player. From the quick throw over to first. Lukelich is again back. Lukelich is really small because in real life, Max Lukelich is 12 years old, in case you were wondering. And he fouls off the fastball, 96 on the radar gun. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And the breaking ball is outside. Count goes 2 balls, 1 strike. Ed Drummond is behind the plate. I have no idea if that's a real person or not. Probably isn't. Don't really care, so long as he calls the balls and strikes accurately. Again, another quick toss over to first. Not really a big lead over there. Like I said before, I believe Max has 10 stolen bases. Oh, they're paying an awful lot of attention to him over there. Rightfully so. Count is 2-1 here in the top of the first.
That's a ball.
Check the swing. It's 3 balls and 1 strike with Chris Ramos, the all-star second baseman, on deck. 3-1 count is a hitter's count. Let's see what happens. And he fouls it off, slices it into the seats. Just misses the seats, but still a foul ball. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Lukulich leads off first. Will he be in motion? Oh, he hits it high and deep, but at the warning track. He makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Just got underneath it for the first out. Starting lineup for the Bronx Knights. Max Lukulich leads off. Don Mattingly plays first. Chris Ramos is at second. Michael O'Rourke patrols center. Jacob Salazar is the designated hitter today. Matt Termini at third. Benny Lo Cicero in right. Matt Saps is playing shortstop. And batting ninth and catching is Anthony Millo. Chris Ramos hitting .362 with 17 home runs. Team high 17 home runs. Steps in from the left, no, I'm sorry, check that, the right side, and checks his swing, but it's called a strike. 0-1. He's batting from the right side against the lefty Fried because he's a switch hitter. Again, a quick throw to first just to keep him close. And the pitch out, they called it right. And he is safe. He beat it out even though there was a pitch out. That's how much speed Max has. Good jump. And he gets his hand in there just in time. It was close, but he's safe. So now there's a runner in scoring position with 1 out as he leads off second. And he pulls the curveball foul. Count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes. He grounds it foul. Count remains 1-2. Chris Ramos in this fictional universe has won a batting title. He's won a, hold that thought. Grounds it weakly to the third baseman. He holds him at second. Throws across the diamond for the second out of the inning. So we'll get back to Ramos and later at that. That's Paul Molitor, the Hall of Famer at third base for the Seattle Mariners. Michael O'Rourke patrols center and is batting .347 with 12 homers and 34 runs batted in. He'll need to hit to score that run. And he might have it. It does drop in front of the fielder. It is an RBI single for Michael O'Rourke. And the Bronx Knights take a quick 1-0 lead. Nice play, Mike. Wasn't sure it might hang up there for the outfielder. He hit it so hard, but dropped in right in front of him. So, switch hitter Jacob Salazar hitting .345 with 5 homers and 26 runs batted in. Takes a pitch for strike 1. There are 2 outs here in the top of the first. Knights have a 1-0 lead. Pitch out, nothing happening. O'Rourke's taking a big lead, but he wasn't going on that pitch. So Jacob Salazar had 3 walks in his last game. So he has a good eye up the plate. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. And he jams him in on his hands. Slow, lazy fly ball to the center fielder who makes the catch to retire the side. So after a half an inning of play, the Bronx Knights have a 1-0 lead. On the mound for the Knights is Telly Argios, making his 4th start. He has pitched in the bullpen. He just recently, joined the rotation. His record is 1-2 with an 8.53 earned run average. He pitched well in his last start, but he has been up and down this season. And leading off for the Mariners is Shane Victorino, hitting .283 with 3 homers and 15 runs batted in.
The center fielder, Shane Victorino.
And he lines it hard to the shortstop, Saps, who makes a catch on the line drive. Starting lineup, Shane Victorino just led off. Fernando Tatis Jr. plays shortstop. Paul Molitor, the Hall of Famer, is at third. Donovan Casey is in right field. Freddie Freeman is at first. Andrew Benintendi is at left field. Gary Carter, Hall of Famer, at catching. Nelson Cruz is the designated hitter. And I have no idea who the last batter is in the Mariners lineup because they took the graphic away. Lines, base hit, Tatis to center. And he looks like he's going to try for second. No, big turn at first, but he goes back to first. He has a single with 1 out here in the bottom of the first.
The third baseman
just went with it. lined it up the middle.
Molitor.
So Paul Molitor steps up. He's hitting .331 with 6 homers and 22 runs batted in. And the two-seamer drops in for a strike. Bronx Knights are 13 games over 500 for first place in the American League West. You might wonder why I put a Bronx, New York team in the American League West. Well, it's a complicated story, which I will get to. Fouls off the pitch, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Okay, so I'm a New York Yankees fan, but I wanted to try the created franchise option here on the video game. So I created the Bronx Knights. So I didn't want to erase the Yankees, and so I decided. Grounds it foul, count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Paul Molitor. So I decided, you know what? Let's get rid of a team that we know for a fact cheated in 2017. So I erased the Houston Astros from the American League West. I know. Grounds it hard to Mattingly from his knees. Oh, he lost the ball in his glove. Decided the scorer calls it a base hit. Infield hit for Paul Molitor. There's runners at first and second with only 1 out. Something brewing in the bottom of the first. Next up is Donovan Casey hitting .288 with 2 homers and 9 runs batted in. Grounds it and through for a base hit. The throw to the plate by Lukulich. It's a strong throw, but not in time, and the ball game is tied. Donovan Casey has an RBI single for the Seattle Mariners. Here's the replay. Should have gotten that double play, or at least gotten the lead runner. That's where it went wrong. Lukulich came up throwing, but not in time. Freddie Freeman, the first baseman, hitting .278, 5 homers, 20 runs batted in. Steps up. And he hits a hard line drive, but Lukulich is there. He makes the catch and holds the runner at second. No advance. So there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
Batting fifth, the left fielder,
Andrew Benintendi steps up to the plate. He has been cold in his last 7 games, but overall he's hitting .287 with 4 homers and 28 runs batted in. And the splitter is in there for strike 1. Grounds it. Oh, he knocks it down. They take the out at first, and the side is retired. Nice play by Argio, saving his own tail. So he did give up a run, though. So at the end of 1 inning of play, the score is tied at 1. Top of the second, third baseman Matt Termini steps up. He's hitting .270 with 4 homers and 22 runs batted in.
number 79.
Right-handed batter. And he swings at the high fastball and misses for strike 1. Pitch is high. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Slider outside, 2-1. Three and one. Hitters count 3-1. Benny Lo Cicero, the team leader in RBIs with 52, is on deck. The breaking ball's in there. Cold strike 2. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the second. And it's in the dirt. Ball 4. He walked him. So he walks the leadoff man.
That is 7. The right fielder.
And here comes Benny Lo Cicero, the right fielder. He's hitting .306 with 10 homers and 52 runs batted in. Already a career high. And he fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. I'm not sure if 52 runs batted in leads the league, but it certainly leads the team. And pitch out. Termini is not going anywhere. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Benny Lo Cicero is a good friend of mine in real life. And the pitch is inside. The throw down to second is not in time. Termini steals the base. Honestly, that was just a good jump. Termini has the speed. So we have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. A position that Lo Cicero has enjoyed being in. Slider outside. Count is 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count. Line drive right at the second baseman. Catches it on the line for the first out. Defense for the Seattle Mariners from left to right in the outfield. Benintendi, Victorino, and Casey. And in the infield, it's Molitor, Tatis Jr., Biggio, Freeman, and Hall of Famer Gary Carter behind the plate. Next up for the Knights is Matthew Saps, hitting .245 with 7 homers and 24 runs batted in. And he pulls it foul for strike 1. Runner in scoring position. Termini leads off second. And it's in the dirt. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Backs him off the plate. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Bronx Knights just won 3 out of 4 against their crosstown rivals, the New York Yankees. And it's in the dirt, blocked nicely by Gary Carter. But the count, again, another 3-1 count. And he hits it high and deep. It's at the wall, the track, on the warning track. He makes the catch for the second out. It had a chance to be a 2-run homer, but it just died out on the warning track. Benintendi makes the play. So with 2 outs, the catcher Anthony Millo will have a runner in scoring position. In his last 8 games, he's been pretty hot. He's 11 for his last 28. Overall, he's hitting only .228 with a homer and 16 runs batted in. He's trying to get that average up past the Mendoza line. And it's a soft grounder to the third baseman who fields, fires, got him, and the side is retired. So, inning and a half has been played. Bronx Knights 1, Seattle Mariners 1. Game is tied here at T-Mobile Park. Leading off the bottom of the second is Gary Carter. Played for the New York Mets back in the... First he played for the Montreal Expos, and then the New York Mets in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. He fouls off the 2-seamer for strike 1. I think Gary Carter was... Well, he definitely was a World Series champion with the Mets in 1986. I don't know what kind of personal accolades he had. I mean, he might have led the league in homers like one season or won a batting title, but I'm not really sure. I just know that... Strike 3 looking. There's 1 out. Nice pitch by Telly. Telly's the kind of pitcher that doesn't throw very hard because he's got a lot of junk. The designated hitter today is Nelson Cruz, hitting .310. And once I can see his stats, I'll tell you further. Pulls the 2-seamer foul. Just gets a piece of the changeup. Count is quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. It just gets a piece of the breaking ball, stay alive. Nelson Cruz, coincidentally in real life, plays for the Seattle Mariners. He's a guy who's got a lot of power. Swing and a miss, the 2-seamer. Strike 3, and there are 2 outs. Nice pitch.
Batting ninth, the second baseman, Kevin Biggio.
Kevin Biggio, hitting .285 with 5 homers and 25 runs batted in here in the middle of May. And the 2-seamer settles in there for strike 1. Telly so far is having a good inning, good bounce back inning. Fouls off the splitter. Count is 0-2. And he hits it high and deep, but foul. Curves into the stands. The count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Grounds it weakly to Mattingly at first, who takes it himself to retire the side. So after 2 innings complete, the score remains tied at 1. Don't forget, tonight at midnight, Cyberpunk 2077. Open world RPG game. Tune in. Anyway, Max Lukulich has a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 1.
Number 39.
Pulls it down to the third baseman and throws across the diamond for the first out of the inning. And there's 1 out.
The first baseman.
Don Mattingly, hitting .309, flew out in the first. He steps up, lefty versus lefty. And the first pitch is outside. Fastball is clocked at 95 on the radar gun. Swing and a miss. Count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Donnie Baseball won the 1984 batting title in the American League. He fouls off the 2-seamer. Count is 1 ball, 2 strike. 84 batting title, 85 most valuable player award. Checks his swing, or did he? Yes, he did. The count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. And he pulls it, but it stays up there for the outfielder. I think that's Donovan Casey.
Now batting.
Hit it so hard it just didn't fall.
Ramos.
Chris Ramos, the switch hitter, playing second base. Home run champion. Rookie of the year. This is his 5th season. Swings over the top of the breaking ball for strike 1. Checks his swing, but they called it a strike. So it's no balls, 2 strikes on Ramos. Just gets a piece of the high fastball to stay alive. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Oh, he says it was in there for a strike. Or did he break his wrists? We'll never know. Bottom line is the side is retired after 2.5 innings of play. The score is still tied at 1. Bottom of the 3rd. Stepping in there, lineup turns over. Shane Victorino, who lined out in the first. He's 0 for 1.
Victorino.
And he lashes it the other way, but Lukulich is there. Makes the catch for the first out. Fernando Tatis Jr. singled. He has a run scored. He's 1 for 1. Hard line drive, base hit, and he has his 2nd hit of the ball game through the box. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. The Mariners have a base runner. Almost took the pitcher's head off. Hall of Famer, second baseman for the Milwaukee Brewers, Paul Molitor, singled in the first. He's 1 for 1. Swing and a miss, throw down, not in time. And Tatis has a stolen base, Tatis Jr. that is. Runner in scoring position for Molitor. He goes down and slaps the split finger fastball foul. Count is no balls, 2 strikes. Two-seamer just off the inside corner. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Grounds it weakly to the shortstop Saps, who throws across for the 2nd out. He held Tatis Jr. to second, didn't allow him to advance.
Number 31.
Nice play by Saps. Saps usually plays designated hitter, and sometimes he gives Salazar a spell at shortstop. Donovan Casey has an RBI single. Stepping up to the plate, he has a chance for another one. And he takes strike one. 5 for 14 in his last 3 games. Nice clip. And he hits it, slices it the other way. Lo Cicero is there. He makes the catch to retire the side. So after 3 innings to complete, the score is tied at 1. Welcome to Bronx Knights Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Here at the top of the 4th, Michael O'Rourke is 1 for 1. He steps up to the plate. He patrols center field for the Bronx Knights. He has an RBI. Checks his swing, low, ball 1. This is the first of a 3-game set between Seattle and the Bronx Knights. And he pulls it, but right at the right fielder who barely has to move for out number 1.
The batter, the designated hitter,
Jacob Salazar, switch hitter, flied out in the first inning. He's batting from the right side against the lefty Fried, Max Fried, what a name. And he takes low, ball 1. So Salazar's playing designated hitter today. He's usually the shortstop, getting a day off from the field. Inside, ball 2. Count is 2-0. And he pulls it between short and third for a base hit to left. So with 1 out here in the top of the 4th, the Knights have a base runner. This is a replay.
Now batting, number 79.
Third baseman Matt Termini steps up to the plate. No official at bat because he walked in the 2nd inning. Takes low, ball 1. Clocked at 94 on the radar gun. Saps swing and a miss out in front of the 2-seam. I'm sorry, check that. The curveball. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Quick throw to first. Salazar is back. Count is even. 1-1. Again, another quick throw over. Trying to keep Salazar close. He does, not the prototypical base stealer, but he does have speed. And again, another throw. He's worried about that base runner, trying to keep him out of scoring position. Fastball in there. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes on Termini. And he pulls it high and deep, but foul. Curves foul at the last moment. Count remains 1-2. Outside, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Salazar leads off first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. And he swings and misses at the curveball outside for the 2nd out.
Now batting, number 38.
Next up is the right fielder, Benny Lo Cicero, who lined out in his last at-bat. He fouls off the fastball, 97 on the radar gun. Fouls it off for strike 1. He checked his swing, but yes, he did. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Benny Lo Cicero has 52 runs batted in, which is good for 2nd in the American League so far. Pitch out, nothing doing. 2-1. So it's 2nd in the American League, but 1st on the team. 52 RBIs. It's the middle of May in this created franchise. Get another throw over, he gets his hand back in. And he takes the strike. The pitch down to second is not in time. Salazar steals the bag. He got a great jump on the pitcher. Not a chance. Good throw too, but just no chance. So the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a runner in scoring position. Fouls off the 2-seamer. Count remains 2-2. Oh, he swings and misses at the 2-seamer. Check that. The curveball to retire the side. So, after 3.5 innings of play, it's still tied 1-1. Leading off bottom of the 4th, Freddie Freeman, who lined out in the first, steps up against Telly. And he fouls off the 2-seamer for strike 1. Hits it hard up the middle over the head of the second baseman, who had shifted over, but had no chance, no leaping chance to catch that ball. It's a leadoff single for Freddie Freeman here in the bottom of the 4th. Thought he might have a chance to come down with it. The shift was on, that's why the second baseman was playing in that spot. Andrew Benintendi, the left fielder, steps up. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss, a splitter. Strike 1. Grounds it to Ramos at second, over to second for 1, and into the stands. Saps throws it into the stands. It's an E6. The runner moves on to second base. They get the lead runner, Ramos, to Saps, but then he just throws it into the stands over Mattingly's head. So, Benintendi goes to second. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Hall of Famer catcher Gary Carter steps up. He struck out in the first. Runner in scoring position. Line drive right at Termini for the out. No advance, obviously. Can't steer the ball. You can only hit it hard. And to hit it hard, he did. So, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, Nelson Cruz is up. He struck out in the second. It's his second plate appearance. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Strike number 1. A .478 average with runners in scoring position. He has been hot when there's been a runner in scoring position. Oh, he hits it high and deep, but it curves foul. He was that close to having a 3-1 lead, giving a 3-1 lead to his team. In the dirt. Nice block by Millo. No advance. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Side retired. Nice job by Telly. So, after 4 innings of baseball, the score remains tied 1 apiece. Leading off, Matt Saps, who flew out in the second. He did make an error in the last inning, last half inning. I'm sure he'd like to redeem himself here in the bottom of the top of the 5th. Oh, and he may have just redeemed himself. It is high, it is far, it is gonzo, ladies and gentlemen. The 8th home run by Matthew Saps, which gives the Bronx Knights a 2-1 lead. Hooah! Let's look at the replay, shall we? You can have errors all day long if you hit like that, Matt. Boom! Off the scoreboard. So, next up is Anthony Millo, the catcher, who grounded out in the second inning. And he pulls it foul. Strike 1. And he slices it the other way and into the seats. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Already they have the bullpen up and warming up. There's 2 right-handers out in the Seattle bullpen. Here in the top of the 5th. And he skies it the other way to shallow right field. He makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting.
So the lineup turns over. Max Lukulich, who has a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 2. He steps up to the plate. Hits a line drive to center. A base hit, his 2nd of the ball game. And Lukulich is at first with 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting.
As you can see, he leads the team, leads the Bronx Knights with hits. That's somewhat of a byproduct of the fact that he gets the most at-bats leading off. Next up is Don Mattingly, who's 0 for 2. Quick throw over to keep Lukulich close. Gets his hand in there. Pitch out, but the runner's not in motion, so count is 1 ball, no strikes. Mattingly's hitting .307 with 8 homers and 41 runs batted in, and the date is May 20th, so it's good stats for May 20th. Oh, wait! Oh, they got him! They got him leaning, picked him off for the 2nd out. Oh, well, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So Mattingly is up with 2 outs and base is empty. Right down the middle for strike 1, count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Line drive down the right field line, a base hit. And he'll make a big turn, but then he'll make his way back to first. He was thinking about trying for a double, but it's just a single to right. Here's the replay. He's 1 for 3 in today's ball game. Chris Ramos steps up. He's 0 for 2 today. Struck out. He's grounded out. And he pulls it foul. Strike 1. Down and in, ball 1. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Mattingly leads off first. And he's out in front, pulls it foul. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ramos, the 2nd baseman. And he pulls it into left field for a base hit. We now have runners at first and 2nd. We're with 2 outs. 2 out hits will burn you every time. Just kind of pulls his hands in and muscles it over the infield for a single. Michael O'Rourke steps up. He has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. Down and in for ball 1. He does have a runner in scoring position. He'll need to hit with 2 outs to drive him home. Bronx Knights have a 2-1 lead. Slider is high. Count is 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch is outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Will he have the green light? No, he will not. I do not swing on 3-0. I take the pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. Now we have a hitter's count. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the chains are off. Let's see what happens. Inside, ball 4, and with 2 outs, the bases are now loaded.
The batter, number 3.
2 hits and a walk after 2 outs were recorded.
Salazar.
Jacob Salazar is 1 for 2, and he's decided he's seen enough. The manager goes to the bullpen. The Max Fried is responsible for all 3 runners. Kyle Hendricks now coming out of the bullpen. He's pitched in his 16th game now. His record is 2-2 with a 3.27 earned run average. Pretty good stats. He has to face Jacob Salazar hitting from the left side against the righty Hendricks. He's 1 for 2. Swing and a miss, way out in front. Salazar's hitting 400 with runners in scoring position. Count is 0-1. And he pulls it, but pulls it to Freeman at first. He takes it himself and retires the side. So they leave the bases loaded, but they do get 1 on the home run by Matthew Saps. And 4.5 innings complete. It's Bronx Knights leading 2-1. Oh, we're sorry, Heidi. Something must be wrong with that microphone. We can't hear you. Maybe the battery needs to be changed or something. So we'll get back to you later. Bottom of the 5th. Cavan Biggio grounded out in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1. He steps up in the bottom of the 5th against Tilly Argios. And he fouls off the curveball for strike 1. Telly's pitching a good game. He's pitched into the 5th inning. He's only given up 1 run. Swing and a miss. The splitter. Count as no balls, 2 strikes. If he can get through this half inning, he will be the pitcher of record. Just got a piece to stay alive. Biggio fouls it off. Fouls off the curveball. Stays alive. He hits it high and deep, heading towards the gap. O'Rourke is on the warning track. He makes the catch after a long run. Nice play by O'Rourke to cover a lot of ground. So, fewest home runs by a team. It's an interesting stat to show. I don't even know why they're showing it. It's the Mariners are the fewest home runs. Sorry to hear that. So, Shane Victorino, he's 0 for 2 today. Lineup turns over. He steps in for his 3rd plate appearance with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. And he lines it, but right at Lukulich in left, who makes the catch for the 2nd out.
Now batting.
Fernando Tatis Jr. has been hot. He has 2 singles. He's 2 for 2. Sure, he'd like to keep that going. Oh, and he keeps it going indeed. It is high, it's deep, it is gone. And the ball game is tied on the 11th home run by Fernando Tatis Jr., a solo shot here in the bottom of the 5th. Ugh. Ugh. 3 for 3. Always that guy in the lineup. Always that guy. Paul Molitor, 2nd baseman, playing 3rd base today, actually. 2nd baseman during most of his career. Takes 2-seamer on the corner for strike 1. He's hitting .333 in this fictional season. That's about right. Paul Molitor was very much like, he was like a Derek Jeter type player. Batted from the right side. Always got close to 200 hits or more every season. Got 3,000 hits in the career. Splitter in there, strike 2, count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Grounds it to the 2nd baseman, Ramos. The Fields fires, got him. So it's a complete game. Well, complete game, it's a game, official game. 5 innings complete. But at the end of 5, because of Tatis Jr., the ball game is tied again at 2. Top of the 6th, Matt Termini, who walked, was 0 for 1, he stole the base. Takes inside for ball 1. Again, the Mariners bullpen is active. They have 2 right-handers out there warming up, just in case. And he breaks his bat in the infield. And he scoops, and they get him. What a close play. Hendricks got over there at the absolute last minute, took the shovel pass from Freeman. Next up, with one out, Benny Locicero, who's 0 for 2. And he checks his swing, ball 1. And he gets just a piece of the sinker. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the 6th. Ball game is tied at 2. And he pulls it foul. Count remains 1 and 2. Fastball, fouls it back to the screen. Let's do it again. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Down in the dirt, count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Way out in front, strike 3, and there are 2 outs. He goes down swinging.
Now batting.
Way out in front of the pitch.
31.
Guess he was expecting a fastball. Next up is Matthew Saps. Matt Saps had a solo home run in the 5th. He's 1 for 2. Takes first pitch low for ball 1. Ball 2. Count is 2-0. Ball. 3 balls, no strikes. Does he have the green light? No, he does not. Outside corner, strike 1. Count 3 balls, 1 strike. And he fouls off the sinker. Count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Worked him back to full from 3-0. And it is high and deep. It is Gonzo, his 2nd home run of the ball game, his 9th of the season. And he's just given the Bronx Knights a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 6th. Nice job, Saps. Just golfed it. Just kept going. I thought he was going to catch it at the wall, but then he leaped. So, with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, Anthony Millo steps up, takes strike 1. He's 0 for 2 today. Knights lead 3-2. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Down and in, 2-1. Inside, 3-1. Leadoff man Max Lukulich is on deck. Swing and a miss. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Line drive, base hit for Anthony Millo. And with 2 outs, he's on first base. Nice swing. Here's the replay.
Now batting. Number 39.
So the leadoff man does get up again. Max Lukulich, the left fielder, steps to the plate. He is, I think, 2 for 3. Yes, he has 2 singles today. And he swings, ball's in the dirt, no advance. Nice block by Gary Carter. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Oh, checks, he gets away temporarily, but Millo stays put first. Millo says, I'm not going anywhere. 23 pitches, this is the 24th pitch by Hendricks. Checks the swing, it's low, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And it's a ground ball base hit through the right side. And still with 2 outs, the inning refuses to end. This is his 3rd hit of the ball game. Bang. Through the Don Mattingly. Runner in scoring position. He's 1 for 3 with single in the 5th. And he hits it right at the pitcher, who throws to 3rd for the force. What a strange decision. Well, in any event, side is retired. After 5.5 innings of play, Bronx Knights now have a 3-2 lead. All right, so we have Donovan Casey up. I'm going to go to the manager's office, go to the bullpen, and I'm going to get Jonathan Holder warming up and Jesse Biddle. Righty and a lefty warming up just in case. I'm going to try to eke Telly through the 6th inning, but if he gets in any trouble at all, it's coming out. Oh, past the wait, oh no, misplayed. And it rolls all the way. He makes big turn at second, and they played the defense, had a gaff, and they played a single into a double. Donovan Casey's 8th of the season. Past the diving attempt by Saps, and then it was misjudged by O'Rourke in center field. So, the tying run is now on second base. Let's go to the manager's office and do a mound visit. Just a lot of confidence for Telly. He says, listen, that wasn't your fault. There should only be a runner at first. Take some deep breaths. Let's talk out what you want to do. Let's get a plan of attack. And then the umpire comes over and says, let's break this up. Let's go. Freddie Freeman is up. He's 1 for 2. And he fouls off the 2-seamer for strike 1. Swing and a miss at the split finger fastball. Quickly the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 looking. That pitch might have been high, but I don't really care. It's Telly's 4th strikeout of the game. So with 1 out, Benintendi steps in. He is 0 for 2 with the ground out. Grounds it to Termini, throws across his body, keeps the runner at second base. There are now 2 outs. Nice play by Telly to hold the runner.
Now batting, catcher,
Gary Carter steps in. 2 outs. He's lined out. He's struck out. He's 0 for 2 in today's game. And he pulls it foul for strike 1. Gary, so far this season, has not done well with runners in scoring position. He's hitting under 200. Grounds it weakly to Ramos, who fields it, throws over to first to retire the side, and the runner at second does not score. So Telly makes it through to the end of the 6th. It's the Bronx Knights leading 3-2. Okay, so somebody's coming in the 7th. 6 innings, 2 runs is more than I can ask for. It's a good start by Telly. So let's go to the bullpen. And righty-lefty switch. So it doesn't really matter who I put in. So I'm more scared of Nelson Cruz than anybody else. So Jonathan Holder, I'll put him in the game. Okay. Just in case you're wondering, options, gameplay, hitting difficulty is on All-Star. Pitching difficulty is also on All-Star, in case you're wondering what the difficulty level is. Chris Ramos is up again. He's 1 for 3. And it's a line drive to center, a base hit, his 2nd hit of the ball game. Victorino throws it back in, holds him to first with a leadoff single.
Now back, the center fielder.
Here's the replay.
Oh, boy.
Just golfs it. Michael O'Rourke steps up. He has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. Fouls off the sinker for strike 1. Michael O'Rourke is 17 years old in real life. And the pitch is outside. Ball 1. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. And he fouls off the sinker. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. outside. Count evens at 2-2. Ramos leads off first. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Will the runner be in motion? I don't think so. Do not want to run myself into a double play. Ball 4. He walks. And with nobody out here in the top of the 7th, we have runners at first and second against Hendricks. They could use some insurance. Pitching change for the Mariners. Nick Anderson making his 23rd appearance of the season. His record is 1-3 with a 4.33 earned run average. The first batter he'll face is the switch hitter, Jacob Salazar, who had a single in the 4th. He's batting from the left side against the righty Anderson. And he slices it the other way down the line. It's a base hit. And the runner will make the turn at third. It is an RBI single for Salazar. And the Bronx Knights now lead 4-2. Nice play, Jacob. See the replay, damn it.
Number 79.
Here we go. Just went with the pitch. Oh, I'll foul that. Hit it the other way. Next up, Matt Termini. Nobody out still here in the 7th. Runner in scoring position. And he's a little late on the curveball. He's officially 0 for 2, but he does have a walk and a stolen base in this game. Termini, that is. Swing and a miss. 98 on the radar gun. My goodness. It's quickly down, no balls, 2 strikes. Got to work its way back. And he pulls it weakly to the third baseman, who tags the runner going by, throws over to first, and he's safe. It's a fielder's choice. They get the lead runner. Tried for the double play, was not successful. So with 1 out, there's still runners at first and second. Benny Lo Cicero, the team leader in RBI, steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. And he hits it high and deep, but at the warning track. He makes the catch, thinks about tagging up, but decides to run back. So with 2 outs, still runners at first and second. Just missed a 3-run homer by that much. So Matt Saps has 2 homers today. I'm sure he'd love the 3rd. He's up with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss the curveball for strike 1. Oh, outside corner, strike 2. 97 on the radar gun. Now he's just got to stay alive. And he's way out in front, swing and a miss. The side is retired. But not before they get another run on the RBI single by Salazar. And get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. I'm standing up. Get up and stretch. Get up and stretch. It's 4-2. Bronx Knights lead. And now we sit back. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. Telly had a great start. So Jonathan Holder takes over in relief. This is his 12th appearance of the season. He's 0-1 with a 3.75 earned run average. Okay. So this is the 7th. Let's go to the manager. I want to go to bullpen. Dylan Patances will warm up. Just in case they need to bring in a right-hander after this. And the first pitch is in there to Nelson Cruz, who's 0 for 2 for strike 1. Fouls off the changeup. Count is quickly no balls, 2 strikes. Just gets a piece of the cut fastball, stays alive. Count is still 0-2. .94-mile-an-hour fastball on the radar gun. Just fouls it back. Again, stays alive, fouls it off. Swing and a miss at the change of speed, and there is 1 out. You know, that's kind of how Nelson Cruz actually is in real life. He'll hit 40 homers a year but strike out an awful lot. Slow motion replay. Way out in front. Not even a chance. So, Cavan Biggio's 0 for 2. Steps up with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And he hits a line drive against the shift, and this will go all the way to the wall. 1 hop off the wall. Makes a big turn at second, but he stops at second. So he has a double with 1 out here in the 7th. Biggio's 10th of the season. He gave that a ride. Okay. Lineup turns over. Shane Victorino is up. He's 0 for 3 against Jonathan. He's 0 for 3 against Telly, but now he faces Jonathan Holder. And it's a line drive base hit to center field. And they've cut the lead in half. It's now 4-3 Bronx Knights. RBI single by Shane Victorino here in the 7th. First pitch, Holder has not got the job done. So we may make a pitching change. Not yet. I'm a little nervous about Tatis. He's a homer, he has 2 singles, he's 3 for 3. This is a tough batter right here. It's on the edge for strike 1. Tatis is hot. Line drive, base hit, he's 4 for 4. Luklich gets the ball back in quickly, but there's runners at first and second with 1 out here in the 7th. The tying run is at second base. Here's the replay. There's always that guy in the lineup that you just can't get a handle on. So next up, Paul Molitor. Paul Molitor's 1 for 3. I'm going one more batter. Cut fastball is just off the plate outside for ball 1. I think this is the last batter no matter what happens. And he hits it, drops into right field. It's a base hit, but no advance to third. They weren't sure whether or not he was going to catch it, so the runner at second had to hold at third. They thought there was a chance he could catch it on the fly, so the bases are loaded with Mariners here with 1 out. The tying run can score without the opportunity of a base hit. I'm sorry, this is the moment. Manager, bullpen, we bring in Dylan Betances. Put him in the game. So with 1 out in the 7th, he usually is the 8th inning specialist. He's coming in a little early in the 7th. This is his 20th appearance. He's 0-2 with a 1.83 earned run average, and he has 28 strikeouts in just over 19 innings pitched. He's the guy that holds the game. Can he get out of this situation? Donovan Casey is up. He's 2 for 3 today. Swing and a miss at the fastball. 99 on the radar gun. 4 strike 1 to Casey. Swing and a miss at the slurve. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. He needs a strikeout or a double play here. One or the other. Strikeout or double play. Let's see what he can get. And he gets neither one. It's high and deep, but playable. Deep enough for a sacrifice fly, and the game is tied. Casey ties the game with a sac fly. And the game is tied at 4. Gets the job done. So Freddie Freeman is up. He had a single in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. There's still a runner at first and second, but now 2 outs. And it's a high strike, but a strike nonetheless. The count is no balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss at the knuckle curve. Strike 2. And he lines it to left, but Luklich is there to make the catch for the final out of the inning. But they do score a run and tie the ball game. So at the end of 7 innings of play, the game is tied at 4. Sorry, Telly, you didn't get the win. You got a no decision. Oh well. Leading off For the Bronx Knights is Anthony Mello. He had a single in the 6th. He's 1 for 3 today. Nick Anderson is in there for his 2nd inning of work. He swings over the top of the breaking ball, strike 1. Top of the 8th. Scores 4-4. Again, swings and misses out in front of the curveball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Fastball outside, 1-2. Paltry attendance, 16,530. Obviously, people have better things to do in Seattle on a May afternoon. Checks his swing, pitches low, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he's way out in front, swinging a miss. Strikeout swinging. Starter comparison. Honestly, you know, I think Max Fried was probably opener, so to speak. Pitching 4 innings, giving up 2 runs on 7 hits is actually better than they could have expected. Telly has not pitched well this season. To go 6 innings and 2 runs is pretty good. So the lineup turns over. 1 out here in the 8th. Max has 3 hits today. Let's see if he can get number 4. They need a base runner. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Blew him away with that heat. Inside, off the plate, but he gets him to swing anyway, and the count is no balls, 2 strikes. Waste pitch, count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is low, ball 2. Count is 2-2. And he fouls it into foul territory down the left field line. Count remains 2-2, stays alive. And he flares it out to left field, but Benintendi is there to make the 2nd out of the inning. Don Mattingly has a single in the 5th. He's 1 for 4. Steps up. 2 outs in the inning. Pitch is low, ball 1. Just on the corner, strike 1, count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitcher's pitch. Wouldn't have been able to do anything with that. Outside, ball 2, counts 2-1. Oh, he hits it high and deep, but playable. As Donovan Casey makes the catch to retire the side. So, halfway through the 8th inning, score remains tied at 4. All right, so Benintendi steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Dylan Betances is in there for his 2nd inning of work. And he fouls off the fastball for strike 1. Line drive, base hit up the box. And they have the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the 8th. This is the replay. Just literally wraps it right back up the middle. So, Gary Carter is up. I wonder if he'll be bunting. He's 0 for 3 today. So, no, I don't think so. Knuckle curve floats in there for strike 1. Slurve drops in there for strike 2. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. Inside.
1 and 2.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouls off the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Back to the screen. Count remains 1 and 2. Grounds it. Oh, it's off the pitcher's foot. Termini fields, fires. Oh, he does not make the play. Will that be called an error or just a... Oh, wait. Is Dellin Betances, is he okay? He's going to shake it off? No, he's fine. He's totally fine. It's first and second with nobody out here in the 8th. And the dangerous Nelson Cruz steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. But this is the last batter that Dellin Betances will face, no matter what happens. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Benintendi at second. Carter at first. Gets a piece of the knuckle curve, but it's still foul. The count is no balls and 2 strikes. In on his hands, fouls it back to the screen. Count remains 0 and 2. Swing and a miss at the curve. 1 out. So Kevin Biggio, I don't know if he's a switch hitter or not. He's a lefty. So we're going to go to the bullpen. We're going to get Jesse Biddle in there. And I'm going to warm up John Smoltz. I'm just going to stretch and toss John Smoltz. Put Jesse Biddle in the game to pitch against Biggio. 16 appearances. He's 2-1 with a 3.00 earned run average. Biddle has pitched well. Just off the plate inside. Ball 1. Runner at first, 1 out. I'm sorry, check that. Runner at first and second, 1 out. That is the tying run. I'm sorry, that is the go-ahead run at second base. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Slider just misses. Biddle wanted that call. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at the slider. And there are 2 outs. Pitch. So there's a dumb rule in baseball starting with this year's game that when a reliever comes in, he can't pitch to 1 batter, he's got to pitch to 3 batters. Stupidity. Takes away the strategy of the game, but I am kept to it. So I have no choice but to leave Biddle in and not pitch hit for him. Anyway, Shane Victorino has a run scored, an RBI, a single. He's 1 for 4. And he hits a line drive to the right fielder, Lo Cicero, who makes the catch to retire the side. So they get out of the jam. At the end of 8 innings of play, the score remains tied at 4. Ooh, battle for the division. First of 3 games set against the Seattle Mariners. J.B. Wendelken makes his 20th appearance for the Seattle Mariners. Out of the bullpen, he's 1-0 with a 5.23 earned run average. And before Ramos gets up, let's check this out. So John Smoltz is ready. Bullpen. Righty, righty, righty. John Smoltz is pitching. Warm up. John Smoltz scheduled to put him in the game. So Smoltz is pitching in the 9th. So, Ramos is up. He's 2 for 4 today. Checks his swing. The pitch is low for ball 1. Outside corner, strike 1. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside corner again. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tough pitches. Wendelken deals. And he fouls off the fastball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he just gets a piece, pulls it foul. Stay alive. Oh, he catches him on the corner. Strike 3. Looking. Have a seat, Ramos. Have a seat. Was it a strike? Oh, yes. Absolutely a strike. You cannot let that pitch go by without taking a hack. So, 2 righties warming up in the Mariners bullpen. Michael O'Rourke has an RBI single today. And he pulls it foul for strike 1. Jams him, hits it back to the screen, count is no balls and 2 strikes. Pulls it hard, but just foul. Count remains 0-2. Hits it high, but playable. The right fielder makes the catch for the second out here in the top of the 9th.
The batter, number 3.
Jacob Salazar has 2 singles and RBI. He's 2 for 4 today. Steps up with 2 outs in the 9th. Changeup drops in on the outside edge for strike 1. Pulls it just foul down the first base line. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Outside, ball 1. Certainly not a packed house. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side retired. So, Bronx Knights will go into the bottom of the 9th. Bronx Knights have to hope for extra innings. It's tied at 4. Do I want to change pitches? Yes, I do. So, John Smoltz usually comes in save situations. This time it's to hold the tie. In 15 games, he's 2-0 with 8 saves and a 3.24 earned run average. He does have 24 strikeouts and just over 16 innings pitched. Fernando Tatis is 4 for 4. He has 3 singles and a homer. He has been hot. First pitch is low, ball 1. John Smoltz played for the Atlanta Braves in his career in and around the 1990s. He was all-star as a starter, and he was an all-star as a closer. Great pitcher. He's not a Hall of Famer yet. He will be one day. Line drive to center, but finally, O'Rourke gets him out. For the first time today, he is retired.
Now batting, the third baseman,
Paul Molitor's 2 for 4. Smoltz steals. Sliders in there for strike 1. Gets a piece of the curveball, but puts it foul. Strike 2. Fastball inside, ball 1. 1-2. Pulls it to Termini, throws across the diamond. Third baseman gets the other third baseman out. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. One third baseman to another out. Donovan Casey has a single and a double. He's got 2 runs batted in. He's 2 for 3. Steps in against John Smoltz. Pulls the fastball foul way out in front. He's ready for it. A little too ready. There's strike 1. Swings out in front of the curveball, strike 2. Swing and a miss, fastball right down the middle, strike 3. So we're going to extra innings. The end of 9 innings of play, the score is tied at 4. Check my bullpen real quick. Manager, bullpen. So I got 3 pitchers left. So lefty, lefty, right. You know what though? I'm gonna leave Smoltz in there for another inning. Matt Termini's up. He's 0 for 3. And it's a line drive, but right at the shortstop, Tatis Jr. for out number 1. One pitch, one away.
Number 38.
Benny Cicero's 0 for 4 today. Steps up with 1 out here in the 10th.
Ball, that's off.
Just off the plate outside. Close. Going for the corners. Count is 1-0. And he pulls the changeup foul. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Checks the swing. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. A little late on the high fastball. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wendelken is in there for his 2nd inning of work. Just gets a piece to stay alive. Again gets a piece. Count remains 2-2. Two-seamer, fouls it straight back to the screen. This is a battle, this at-bat. Pulls it foul. So this is his 9th pitch of the at-bat. Did he check his swing? Yes, he did. He checked it. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count, 1 out here in the top of the 10th. And he hits it high and deep, but curves just foul. He made a bid. This is the 11th pitch of the at-bat. It's a full count, payoff pitch. Fouls it back to the screen. Pitch number 12. Fouls it off again. Here comes pitch number 13. It's a full count. Pulls it foul. Pitch number 14. Pulls it foul. Pitch number 15. Look at that. Look at all those pitches. Fouls it off. We're approaching a record. I don't know what the record is. Pitch number 16. Pitch number 17. And finally, he works him for a walk after a 17 pitch at bat. So with 1 out here in the top of the 10th, we have a base runner in Benny Cicero. Pitching change. Hunter Wood steps to the plate, steps to the mound, sorry, check that. 16th appearance, he's 3-1 with a 5.03 earned run average. And he has to face Matt Saps, who in the 6th inning did this for the 2nd time. His 2nd home run of the game. The question is, can he do it again? There's 1 out in the 10th. Cicero leads off first, quick throw, gets back in time. Freeman's covering the bag. High and tight, ball 1 to Matt Saps. He's 2 for 4. And he's stealing, and he's in there. Benilo Cicero gets a stolen base. And now they have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Lo Cicero leads off second. And is in there for strike 2. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's a line drive, base hit. The runner will make the turn. And it's an RBI single for Matthew Saps. They take a 5-4 lead here in the top of the 10th. It's his 3rd hit of the ball game. Here's the replay. Way to go, Saps. Nice piece of hitting. So, Anthony Miller was up. 1 out here in the 10th. He's 1 for 4 with a single in the 6th. And he gets himself a hit. It's a single to right, and there's runner at first and second now with 1 out in the 10th. The floodgates are starting to open, ladies and gentlemen. That's his 2nd hit of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Leadoff man gets up again. He's 3 for 5 with 3 singles. He has a runner in scoring position. And he fouls off the fastball. Strike 1. Swings and misses, way out in front of the changeup. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Uklich. Two-seamer outside, ball 1. Count is 1-2. Pitch is high, ball 2, count even at 2-2. It seems like the turning point of the inning was that 16-17 pitch at bat, where he drew a walk. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2nd out. Uklich is retired. Here's the replay.
The first baseman, number 23.
Just way out in front of the breaking ball.
Mattingly.
So, they are leading 5-4. Mattingly, if he hits a single, is 1 for 5. If he may get this run in. Pitch is inside for ball 1. I'm sure another insurance run would be very, very nice. Checks the swing. It's in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Carter. No advance on the base paths. The count is 2 balls and no strikes on Mattingly. Oh, and he hits it high and deep. Oh, it's playable on the warning track to retire the side. I thought he had a 3-run homer, but it was not to be. But regardless, Saps has an RBI single, and it's last licks for the Seattle Mariners. They have 1 to tie, 2 to win. John Smoltz is staying in there against Freddie Freeman. He is the pitcher of record, and they're leaving him in for a second inning of pitch.
Freddie Freeman.
Oh no, he hits it high and deep. It is gone in 1 pitch. The game is tied at 5. Smoltz has given up the home run number 6 to Freddie Freeman here in the bottom of the 10th, and the game will continue. Oh, goodness. Oh. That's painful. All right, well, it's time to get a manager's office, bullpen. I'm gonna go Madison Bumgarner. Warm him up. And he fouls it off. 4 strike 1. Andrew Benintendi is 1 for 4 with a single. Line drive, foul. Count is no balls, 2 strikes. And he pops it up in the infield. The shift was on. Termini is in the shortstop position, makes the catch. The only fielder on the left side of the infield for out number 1.
The catcher, number 8.
Gary Carter had a single in the 8th. He's 1 for 4.
Carter.
sure he is the winning run at the plate. So
At the ball.
splitter just low for ball one. Swings at the splitter, fouls it off. Count even is 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nope, at the ball.
Fastball's high and tight. Ball 2, 2
1
and 1.
strike.
Just gets a piece of the slider. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouls it back to the screen. Count remains 2 and 2 on Gary Carter. And we'll do it again. Foul pitch. Strike 3 looking. Inside corner. And there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th.
Now back, the designated hitter.
Nelson Cruz steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 4 with a strikeout, but you know what? He has an enormous amount of power, and one swing of the bat can end this ball game here in extra innings. Takes strike 1. Smoltz is still throwing 98 miles an hour. Swing and a miss way out in front of the slider. Strike 2. Swing and a miss. Side retired. So, still have some more baseball. We're going to the 11th. Bronx Knights and Seattle Mariners are tied at 5. So he can't pitch more than that. So bullpen, I'm going to have Madison scheduled to put him in the game. Chris Ramos is up. He is 2 for 5. And he hits a line drive base hit into right field. It's a single, leadoff single for the Bronx Knights here in the top of the 11th. His 3rd hit of the ball game.
Now batting.
Just what he needed to do. I will ignore that. I'm not pinch running. Michael O'Rourke steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 3. RBI single earlier in the contest. And he pulls it hard but foul. 1 strike. Ramos leads off first.
Ball.
2-seamer is low. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, it is a ground ball the other way and through between the short and third base. And just like that, we've got runners at first and second and nobody out here in the top of the 11th. Just goes with it, grounds it the other way past Tatis at short. And now we have a pitching change. The Mariners bring in Jairo Diaz. Jairo Diaz is making his 12th appearance out of the bullpen. He's at 0-2 record with a 3.55 earned run average. He's up against the switch hitter Salazar, who's 2 for 5 today. Salazar hits it high and deep, but playable. On the warning track, Donovan Casey makes the catch. The runner is tagging. Ramos is going to third, and he is in there. So they have a runner at third and less than 2 outs. Salazar got the runner over, so it was a productive at-bat. So runners at first and third, here with 1 out. Matt Termini, who's 0 for 4 today, steps up. He does not need a hit to get that run home. Quick road throw to first. O'Rourke is back in. I don't know what he's doing. I guess he's trying to keep that runner from stealing, keeping him out of scoring position. It's a line drive base hit for Termini. And the runner will go to third. It's 1st and 3rd. And they've broken the tie. An RBI single for Matt Termini, and it's 6-5 Knights. Let's look at the replay. Line drive right up the middle, first pitch. He was 0 for 4. He had to wait for that first hit, and he got it in extras. So runners at first and second with Benny Locicero, the team high RBI guy. He's 0 for 4 today, though. Checks his swing for ball one. Does have a runner in scoring position. He's been hitting really... Oh, I'm sorry. It's first and third. Outside, ball two. Benny's hitting .426 with runners in scoring position. Count is 2 balls, no strikes. And he fouls it back to the screen. Count is 2-1. Did he check it?
What do you got?
No, he did not. He did not check his swing. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he fouls it up to the third baseman, pop up to the third baseman, and does not get the runner home. A situation where he has been excellent all year long, and he does not get that insurance run in, and there are 2 outs. Now Matt Saps, who's had a great game, he's 3 for 5, needs to get a hit to get that 7th run home. Can he do it? First pitch is outside for ball one. And he fouls off the 2-seamer. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside ball 2. 2-1. So O'Rourke is at third. It's a line drive off the third baseman's glove and goes into foul territory. This run will score, and it's an infield single, or perhaps an error with an RBI. We'll have to see what the score table says. But in any event, it's an RBI, probably an RBI single from Matt Saps, his 4th hit of the game, and it's a 7-5 ball game. Anthony Millo's up, and he swings and misses over the slider for strike 1. So here we are in the top of the 7th, top of the 11th. Check that. Checks the swing. The count is 1 ball, 1 strike. The Bronx Knights have a 2-run lead. And he fouls off the fastball. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Side retired. But they have 2 runs here in the top of the 11th. Last licks again for the Seattle Mariners. They need 2 to tie. All right, I got to warm up my guys in the bullpen. I want to change pitches. Yes, I do.
Your attention, please.
So Madison Bumgarner is in the year 2024 is no longer a starting pitcher. Now he's a reliever, long reliever. He's pitched in 12 games, and he has a 2-1 record. Cavan Biggio is 1 for 4 with a double. And before we do that, manager, bullpen. I have a lefty and a righty. I'm going to warm them both up, just in case. Who cares? Here's the pitch from Bumgarner.
Nope.
High and tight, ball 1. So yeah, I mentioned that this is late May, but it's in this fictional season, it's actually the year 2024. If you're watching this, line drive right up the middle, and Saps is there on the right side of second base to make the catch. The shift was on, and he hit it right into it for the first out of the 11th. So this is the year 2024 in the franchise. It's actually 2020 in real life right now. Shane Victorino is a switch hitter who turns around to bat from the right side against the lefty Bumgarner. He's 1 for 5 today, and he waits the pitch. And he fouls it off, slices it into the seats for strike 1. Right now, the Seattle Mariners are 2.5 games behind.
Nope.
Changeup is high. Count even is 1 ball, 1 strike. 2.5 games behind the Bronx Knights in the American League West Division. If they lose this game, they'll be 3.5 behind. If they win the game, they'll be 1.5 behind. So it's a big swing. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's go with the cutter. And he jams him in on his wrist, fouls it back to the screen. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. And there are 2 outs. The Seattle Mariners in extra innings are down to their final out. And it's in the person of Fernando Tatis Jr., who's 4 for 5 today. And he hits it high and deep, swings at the first pitch. Luke Lynch is there, he makes the catch. The side is retired, the ball game is over. Bronx Knights win. First game of a 3-game set at, I guess, T-Mobile Park. I think of it as Safeco Field, but whatever. T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington. I think John Smoltz blew the save but got the win. I'm not really sure, but bottom line is, let's do the stats. So, after 11 innings of play in extras, Bronx Knights 7 runs, 18 hits, 1 error. Seattle Mariners 5 runs, 14 hits, no errors. John Smoltz is the winner. The loser is Hunter Wood. The save goes to Madison Bumgarner, probably the first of his career. Matthew Saps is the player of the game. He had 4 hits today. He's 4 for 6 with 2 homers. That's probably his best game of his career. So this has been Bronx. It's been a broadcast of Bronx Knights baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're seeing this at some point in the future, hopefully by then I have played all 162 games of this created franchise on MLB The Show 20. And hopefully I've already won the World Series. But as of right now, as I record this video, I have no idea what's going to happen. And that's the beauty of live stream. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me again. Please like, please subscribe. It really helps the channel. And have yourself a great night.